Rockeyez would like to welcome Leon Todd Ragdoll from Australia. Hey, man, what's up?
Hey, man, how are you, Brian? Thanks for having me.
No problem, no problem. So you just finished Rocklahoma. How was that?
Insane. One of the, Rocklahoma is always one of the best weekends for me just to enjoy as a, rock music fan and as a player, but this year was particularly special for us.
Cool. Now, this is your third time, right?
Yeah, third year. I think we can probably safely say third year, and best year was, the festival was sold out, and we played a killer set, and we played at the after party too. We ended up playing from 1 o'clock till about 4 in the morning because people just wanted to party on, so it was amazing.
Oh, that had to be great, man. Congratulations on that. And tell me a little bit about Ragdoll Rewound.
Well, we've had people, for a long time, if some of your listeners are unfamiliar, we've released 3 EPs to date. Ragdoll Rewound is our 4th release. We've had a lot of people, saying, when are you guys going to release a full-length album? And at the same time, when are you going to reissue your first EP, Ragdoll Rock, which is what really got the ball rolling for us? And we really need to buy ourselves some time sort of in the cycle to get prepared for this tour, and sort of do, pour a lot of energy into the planning and, all that kind of stuff with this particular tour. So we wanted to sort of tick those 3 boxes, so to speak. So what we did with Ragdoll Rewound was compile our first 2 EPs, Ragdoll Rock and Here Today, both of which are out of print. And I went and re-recorded all the guitars for Ragdoll Rock to sort of get them, a little more fresh sounding and in line with the way our later 2 EPs sound. And we had that completely remixed by our producer Todd Leon, and we had the Here Today EP remastered along with Ragdoll Rock, and we also included 4 live tracks. So essentially, this is the comprehensive Ragdoll package for people who have never heard Ragdoll before. There's our first 2 EPs. It's all sounding nice and slick and remastered. And for anybody who's never heard us live, there's 4 live tracks, one of which is a new song which we haven't released yet, Rewind Your Mind.
Cool. Now I guess that's like a complete package of the history of Ragdoll. So, like you said, fans who really are not familiar with the band get a little bit of, history on the band through that CD.
Yeah, very much. I mean, for us, it's, we call it Rewound precisely for the reason it's like our way of pressing reset and going right back to the start and looking backwards so that we can look forwards.
Cool. Now, you also have an EP, All I Want Is Everything. Tell me a little bit about that.
Correct, yeah. All I Want Is Everything turned 1 year old on the 18th of May, I believe. So we put that one out to coincide, with our All I Want tour last year. We did about 30 dates all through the Midwest and the West Coast, which was, an absolute blast. But that's a 5-track EP. I think that out of all the EPs we've done, to date, kind of really lays down the Ragdoll sound and what Ragdoll is all about. And we've cut 2 music videos from that one as well. The title track, All I Want, and the song Break You, which were, they're like our 2 most popular songs to play live. They always get the best reception live. So they've been going really, really well for us.
Cool. Now, making videos, do you enjoy that or you really don't?
Well, each video we've done, we've just released a new video for the single off Ragdoll Rewound, Tell Me. Each video has been a completely different process. For example, the All I Want video, we performed from scratch in the video, so we had like a 6-hour video shoot where we basically played the song through continuously for 6 hours, and people running around us with cameras and GoPros and, did our hair, and it was a sort of like, full movie-style shoot, and they shot the rest of the video, the sort of action scenes in it with, professional actors. So that was a cool experience for our first music video. It certainly made us feel like, rock stars for a day. Whereas our next video, Break You, was cut up from tour footage, and sort of like laid together. That one was sort of more like a recap of the tour that we did last year. So there's a lot of footage of us playing the song live in a couple of different places in Australia and in the Midwest. And our latest video, Tell Me, is completely animated using photos from our last couple of tours. And the guy who did that, Chris Reeve, is a genius. He's really brought that to life, and it's kind of got a superhero comic theme. So, yeah, basically for me, I mean, the only work I've had to do with any of the videos is that 6-hour shoot, and I really enjoyed that. So I love videos. I love having somebody else's vision bring these songs that we write to life visually.
Cool. Now, you're doing a little, U.S. tour here. Are people in the America start getting more familiar with the band Ragdoll?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was really apparent when we played at Rocklahoma this year. You know, Rocklahoma is kind of like a big family. You get the same people coming out year after year. People have been there since day one, and we sort of had this nice little buzz with a bunch of people who we've had there who've seen us the last 2 years, who've brought a lot of their friends and family down, and we had a great time there. And it's especially hitting some places for the third, fourth, and fifth time on this tour.
Right.
It's nice to see that little groundswell, and now people lock it in their diaries as soon as we release the tour dates, and it warms our hearts coming from halfway across the world, knowing that we're going to be playing to people who are familiar with our songs.
Cool. Now, I noticed on the tour dates it's mostly West Coast and Midwest Coast, but no East Coast dates. Was there a reason why no East Coast dates?
Mostly just the the way with the routing worked, and starting in LA and then coming across for Rocklahoma, and then basically we've been scurrying around through. I'm in Denver at the moment, sort of through the Midwest.
Right.
But yeah, the basic reason was that was just limited time. We had exactly 4 weeks.
Right.
To put all this together, and but yeah, I'd really like to do the East Coast next year. Everybody we talk to, any band from there, just, man, you have to come and play with us. You guys would go over great. Yeah,
definitely, because I'm on the East Coast, right near New York. So,
awesome.
I guess we missed getting to see Ragdoll this time around. But what's the difference between really touring in Australia compared to the United States?
Well, you simply can't tour Australia the way you tour the United States. You can go from coast to coast, top to bottom, in America, pretty much non-stop, if you have the time and the resources. Whereas in Australia, we're from Perth, which is on the west coast. It's the world's most isolated city. To put in perspective, to get to the next big city, there's one big town on the way, which is about 6 hours. It's like nearly 2,000 miles until you get to the East Coast.
Right.
And then you can do a little bit of the East Coast, but everything's so spread out and sparsely populated that you simply can't do what we do here in Australia.
Mm-hmm. When you come to the United States, is there any particular food that you look forward to eating?
I know for myself and for our drummer Cam, it's especially being in the Midwest and in the South, it's Tex-Mex food. You simply just nobody does it right at home. Right. Their idea of Tex-Mex food is like, some packet corn chips with a little bit of cheese on it, and coming here is, amazing. But yeah, definitely it's, American cuisine is definitely generous in the way it lays out portions and things like that. So we love it.
Right. When you play a show, either Australia or United States, is there anything that the band asks for, in their dressing room or wherever?
Oh, if we're ever lucky enough to have a dressing room or a rider, we normally, just ask for things which aren't very rock and roll. I like to have some coconut water or some melon or something like that. You know what I mean? Things which are, as a performer, get you hydrated and easy to chow down on that lets you talk to people as well. Rather than like chowing down on some garlic and onion,
right?
Or getting trashed on booze or something. So yeah, anytime we can, we normally. We don't ask for too much. We're normally pretty self-sufficient when we're doing this. So, no brown M&Ms, definitely no brown M&Ms.
Cool. Well, like when you're doing a show, or even Rocklahoma, when you see that big line of people waiting just to get a picture with you or an autograph or stuff, what's that kind of feeling like?
It's always been, and I think will remain being really, really surreal. I mean, especially the Rocklahoma show, when you're waiting to go on and you sort of like peek your head around the corner, you hear a bunch of people go, Ragdoll! Still doesn't seem, coming from where we're coming from, it really seems surreal. And having people, line up and say they want their T-shirt signed, or they've just bought everything that we've got at the merch table and they want us to sign, we're always more than happy to do it, because for us it's such a novelty, and it really is a privilege and a pleasure.
Right. Now, you said your EP came out almost a year ago. Are you working on new material now?
Yeah, we are. We're actually, what we've done with the last two EPs here today in Ragdoll Rock, we basically rushed the writing and recording. Not rushed as in, compromised, but we had a very small time frame in which to record them. And like I was saying before with Ragdoll Rewound, revisiting some of the songs without having to worry about writing new songs has brought us some breathing space. And those last two CDs, we went in and wrote and recorded everything and then played it on tour. This time around, we're playing a couple of new songs, one of which, Rewind Your Mind, is on Ragdoll Rewound as a live recording. We're basically taking some new songs on the road and we're road testing them, playing them for people, and getting better at playing them and experimenting with parts, so that when we go into the studio, we can hopefully lay down definitive versions of them. Cool.
Now, are you videotaping any of your stint here in the United States, or recording anything?
Yeah, well, myself and our drummer Cam both bought GoPros before the tour, so he's got like a little chest strap he's been recording all the gigs on, and I normally set mine up sort of side stage or front of stage. We've been doing that. We had our Rocklahoma performance filmed, and so we've got footage of pretty much every show, with the express aim of when we get home, either compiling it into a little tour documentary, or a sort of tour DVD, or even just another on the road music video.
Right. Now, when you're going from town to town, do you guys are just driving? Do you got a bus, or how are you getting from town to town?
We have the ultimate soccer mum car, the Dodge Grand Caravan. It's an absolute workhorse. With the three of us, we can fit, and it's very, very tight, but we can actually fit all our gear, all our merchandise, and the three of us into the Dodge Grand Caravan. So yeah, we just have, I wouldn't even call it a van. It is like a family wagon, so to speak, but that gets us around. I think it's like that old skit where you see the little Mini pull up and about 18 clowns pile out of it. Yeah. I'm sure people feel like that, and venue owners feel like that when we pull up, and it's like, what's this car doing here? And then we spill out with all our gear. So yeah, doing that, we're driving ourselves everywhere. So it's kind of like we get to do the ultimate American road trip once a year, which we love.
Very cool. Leon, Todd, Ragdoll, thanks a lot for giving us a call today, man, and I appreciate you calling me. And would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Guys, thank you very much for all your support so far, and thanks for tuning in. Without you, there would be none of this. You guys are the lifeblood of independent original rock music. Thank you very much. Keep tuning in and keep spreading the love.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Talk to you later.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much. You have a good one.
Bye-bye.